What links a young French engineer from the 19th century, a game-changing tank from World War I, and one of Europe's best-selling electric cars? What do a young French engineer from the 19th century, a tank that altered the course of World War I, and one of the best-selling electric cars in Europe have in common? The answer is Renault, a titan of the automotive industry that has continuously reinvented itself for over 120 years, navigating through wars, crises, and technological revolutions to shape the future of mobility, and its next transformation is already underway. Renault, the fascinating journey of a century-old automaker. The history of Renault is an epic narrative filled with innovation, challenges, and reinvention. From its humble beginnings in 19th century France to becoming one of the giants of the automotive sector, Renault has weathered wars, economic crises, and technological revolutions. This is the story of a brand that has always looked forward, driven by a passion for innovation and an ambition to transform mobility. The beginning, passion for engineering and vision for the future, 1898 to 1914. It all began in 1898 when a young Louis Renault, just 21 years old, built his first car in his family's garage in Boulogne-Billancourt. This vehicle, known as the Renault Type A, was compact and featured a pioneering innovation, a direct drive axle system that improved efficiency. Impressed by the performance of his creation, friends urged him to sell it, marking the birth of Renault. The following year, Louis officially founded Renault Frères alongside his brothers, Marcel and Fernand. From the outset, the automaker was not just about producing cars. It also invested in motorsport. Racing was more than a pastime. It was a bold marketing strategy to showcase the robustness and efficiency of Renault vehicles. Unfortunately, this daring spirit came at a cost. Marcel Renault tragically lost his life during a race in 1903, but the company's competitive spirit remained undiminished. Wars and transformation. Renault during the Great Wars, 1914 to 1945. During World War I, Renault played a vital role in manufacturing vehicles for the French army. Beyond trucks and ambulances, the company developed the legendary Renault FT-17 tank, which revolutionized combat with its modern, lightweight design. This tank is considered by many as the precursor to the models that would dominate battlefields in the 20th century. After the war, Renault re-entered the civilian market with vigor, but the world was about to change once more. During World War II, the company faced dire challenges. Under German occupation, Renault was forced to produce vehicles for the Nazi regime, leading to mistrust. After the war, this resulted in the nationalization of the company in 1945. Louis Renault was imprisoned and died in custody before facing trial, leaving behind a legacy of innovation but also a controversial inheritance. Reconstruction and popularization. The birth of icons, 1946 to 1980. After World War II, Renault came under state control and became a key player in France's economic recovery. Aiming to produce affordable and efficient vehicles for a devastated Europe, the company launched the Renault 4CV in 1947. Compact and accessible, the 4CV became a symbol of reconstruction and was a bestseller. In the 1960s and 1970s, Renault solidified its position as one of Europe's leading automakers. Models like the Renault 4, launched in 1961, and the Renault 5, introduced in 1972, marked a new era of versatile, popular cars. The Renault 4 was designed to be a car for everyone, suitable for both city and countryside driving. In contrast, the Renault 5 showcased a more modern and youthful design, becoming an icon of European youth culture. This period was crucial for Renault's expansion into other markets. The company began operations outside Europe and formed strategic partnerships with international manufacturers, laying the groundwork for a future global presence. Globalization and success on the tracks. Renault in the world and Formula One, 1980 to 1999. In the 1980s, Renault intensified its international expansion, reaching Latin America and other emerging markets. The brand also diversified its product line, introducing vehicles across different segments to cater to a varied clientele. A significant milestone was Renault's entry into Formula One, which began with the introduction of turbo engines in the category. This innovation was revolutionary and helped Renault stand out on the racetracks, amassing victories and solidifying its reputation as an innovative brand. Beyond serving as an engine supplier, Renault established its own racing team, which would later become a powerhouse in the sport. However, the company faced financial challenges in the 1990s and underwent a restructuring process. The solution came with the launch of new models, such as the Renault Clio in 1990, which quickly became one of Europe's best-selling cars. Another success was the Renault Megane, which helped Renault compete in more sophisticated segments. The Renault-Nissan Alliance, a new era of partnerships, 1999 to 2019. In 1999, Renault took a pivotal strategic step by forming the Renault-Nissan Alliance. This partnership allowed both companies to share technologies and reduce production costs, creating one of the largest alliances in the automotive sector. Later, Mitsubishi would also join the alliance, further expanding its global footprint. During the 2010s, Renault distinguished itself with its pioneering commitment to electric mobility. With the launch of the Renault Zoe, a fully electric compact car, the company positioned itself at the forefront of electrification. The Zoe was one of the first electric vehicles to gain significant popularity in Europe, helping Renault build an image as a sustainable and future-oriented brand. At the same time, Renault continued its successful trajectory in Formula One, accumulating titles as an engine supplier for the Red Bull racing team. This blend of tradition, innovation, and sportiness kept Renault relevant in an increasingly competitive market. Renault in Brazil and Latin America. Renault entered Brazil in 1998 with the opening of its factory in São José dos Pinhais, Paraná. Since then, the brand has solidified its presence in the Brazilian market with models tailored to local needs. Cars like the Kwid, Sandero, and Duster have become popular, offering a combination of affordability and modern design. In addition to consumer vehicles, Renault has also invested in the utility vehicle market, with models like the Kangoo. Recently, the company began introducing electric vehicles in Brazil, betting on sustainable solutions for the future. Challenges and the future. Reinvention in times of change, 2020 present. Recent years have brought significant challenges for Renault and the entire automotive industry. The COVID-19 pandemic affected global sales and forced the company to adopt a restructuring strategy. Simultaneously, the shift toward electric and autonomous vehicles demanded substantial investments in research and development. In response to these challenges, Renault has launched an ambitious electrification plan, committing to reduce its carbon emissions and expand its lineup of electric vehicles. The introduction of the Renault Megane E-Tech Electric marks the beginning of a new phase, as the company focuses on sustainable mobility and digital connectivity. The brand has also invested in new technologies, such as connected vehicles and shared mobility services. The goal is to adapt to changing consumer behavior and lead the transformation of the automotive sector. Conclusion: a legacy of innovation and vision for the future. With over 120 years of history, Renault continues to be a benchmark in the global automotive market. From the first car built in Louis Renault's garage to the electric vehicles shaping the future, the brand has consistently remained true to its spirit of innovation and pursuit of excellence. Renault is not just a car manufacturer. It is a company dedicated to transforming how we move and interact with the world. With a keen eye on the future and a rich history of achievements, Renault is poised to tackle the challenges and seize the opportunities ahead, maintaining its position at the forefront of global mobility.